This week, data takes a backseat to politics with what we expect to be the biggest news items in the coming days. I am Devlyn Steele, Director of Education at Augusta Precious Metals. Let's dive in. Before we begin, remember to like this video and subscribe for more economic updates. The president will be hard to miss on Thursday evening when he visits Capitol Hill to deliver his annual State of the Union address to Congress and the nation. It's believed that among the most economically relevant highlights of the speech will be proposals to raise taxes on corporations and high earners, as well as to reduce cost of prescription drugs and health insurance. It's also anticipated the president will discuss projects authorized by the CHIPS Act, which is intended to revitalize the nation's semiconductor industry, as well as the Inflation Reduction Act. The president's State of the Union address will come on the heels of another high-profile visit to Capitol Hill this week, this one from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Powell's appearance before the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday and the Senate Banking Committee on Thursday is part of the Federal Reserve's semi-annual monetary policy report to the Congress. It's believed that much of Powell's testimony and the subsequent Q&A exchanges with elected officials will focus on an overview of the economy in general, as well as where inflation may be headed and when rate cuts might begin. Also this week, it's time once again for the Super Tuesday presidential primary elections, which will see voters in 15 states and one territory head to the polls to decide how roughly one-third of all delegates in each major party will be awarded. As for the data highlights this week, among the most prominent will be 3 measures of labor market health, 2 of which will be released on Wednesday. Economists are expecting to see that there were 8.9 million job openings as of the last business day of January, which would be marginally fewer than December. More broadly, although job openings since last fall have remained roughly 20% below the peak reached in early 2022, they are still at historically elevated levels. Also on Wednesday, payroll processor ADP will reveal its National Employment Report for February. The report, which tracks employment growth in the private sector, is expected to show that 150,000 jobs were added last month. That would be an increase by 43,000 over the number of jobs added in January. Rounding out the jobs numbers for the week is the government's non-farm payrolls report for February, which will be released Friday by the Labor Department. Economists expect to see that the labor market remained tight last month, forecasting 200,000 jobs added and the unemployment rate remaining unchanged at 3.7%. Finally this week, the Institute for Supply Management will check in with its Services Purchasing Managers Index for February. The index is projected to land at 52.5, nearly a point less than where it was in January. However, the index has managed to stay in expansion territory, which means above the level of 50 for 43 of the previous 44 months. That's all for now. Please join us again on Saturday when we'll recap some of the bigger developments of the week. This is Devlyn Steele for Augusta Precious Metals signing out.